How's it going, everyone? I'm going to share a vision that I had back in March. Now, this vision happened during my jog and walk that I usually do, and I haven't been to this jogging trail, but for over a month or two, and then I decided to go back and record, and I'm going to show you the video right now, to be honest. So as you can see, I'm doing a 360 right there, and I'm walking. So the ditch is on your far left. I'm looking at the sky right now, and the anthills were on my right. So this part of the this section of the trail to my right, it's a little bit elevated, but where you see all that grass, the division between the grass and the dirt, there was nothing but anthills, and they were all like, I don't know, like 3 to 6 feet apart from each other, but there were so many of them. Right now there's almost little to none, and I'm right here just recording, just seeing around. Like, as you can see, I'm zooming into this anthill, and I'm trying to see what's in it, or I'm going to fast forward. Hold on, let me see. And I was actually stepping over it, but nothing. There's no ants coming out. Now, when I was recording, it was pretty hot outside. So that could be it too. I mean, it's probably too hot for the ants. I mean, I see more anthills, but as I was messing around with some anthills that day when I recorded, which this was like a few days ago, I wasn't able to see any ants coming out of the anthills. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that God gave me a vision about all these anthills represented the people that were involved in the wealth transfer. It could be people, singular people, or it could also be families. And what God was letting me know is that the wealth transfer is going to be similar to a divided kingdom, not God's kingdom, but in the world. Like, everybody, when that major wealth transfer happens, when the wealth of the wicked is imparted throughout all the world, a lot of people are going to be compared to these anthills. Families, they're going to be compared to these anthills, and what's going to happen is that God is going to impart this wealth to all of these people so they can take care of the rest of their vicinity or their neighborhood. It could be their village, neighborhood, town, or even a section of a major city. Because we don't know what's about to come, and God is doing this for a very good reason. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that, like I said before in other videos, that we're going to start from zero, or even, if anything, below zero. So what God is letting me know is that he's going to do this, and the wealth is going to be imparted to the righteous, to the faithful one. God is going to entrust this to people he can trust. He's not going to give it to somebody he knows that he was not faithful. The word of God says that whoever is faithful with a little bit will be faithful with a lot. Whoever is unfaithful with just a little bit will be also unfaithful with a lot. So you got to examine your heart, guys. Ask yourself this question, and you got to be sincere with yourself. You got to drop down any lies that you practice or anything. You got to be sincere to yourself, and you got to ask God, am I really trustworthy? Of you gotta put your self in perspective, of the day-to-day tasks. Anything small that you are entrusted to, that other people entrust you, or can you be faithful with that? And if you are, then welcome. You're going to be part of the wealth transfer. So according to these anthills, that represented the people that God trusted, or families that God trusts, and that he will entrust these major responsibilities or resources for God's people, for God's kingdom, so it can be pushed to faithful stewards. And not only that, but to also help, the community in general, because I know there's tough times ahead, especially when we're taking the wealth from the wicked, because in my opinion, I feel like we're going to start from scratch, from zero. So we're going to need a lot of people with experience, a lot of people with that were already involved with different skills, because we are going to, I'm telling you guys, we are not going to survive this all by ourselves. God gave me that vision on the other video that I was sharing, and God let me know that I cannot do this by myself. No matter how selfish, no matter how capable I think or you think you are, you will not be able to do this by yourself. God is encouraging for you to have someone that you trust, that can help you, because it's all fine. It's all fine that you can say, hey, I can do this by myself. No, but wait, when you live the moment, when you live in that time when tables flip and you're all by yourself, then you're going to ask, hey, I kind of do need help. I'm not experienced on this. I don't know how to get around this town or city or language. You are going to need help. So humble yourselves. As Christian people, as God's followers, that's what I would like, because there's some people in the Christian community that I do see that there's a lot of selfishness. Selfishness. There's so many of that, and we have to cast down those fake crowns. We really do. So, like I said, God was giving me this vision about all these anthills, and it represented the people that were part of the wealth transfer. Now, this can also mean kingdoms as well. This doesn't have to mean communities, cities, or vicinities, or parts of a major city that these people are taking care of. But this can also mean kingdoms. From night to day, there could be new kingdoms just risen, when that switch happens, you will see new kingdoms just emerge out of nowhere because of the wealth transfer. So always keep that in mind, guys. I also saw, I'm going to put a little screenshot. I also saw like a trail of ants, like it was like a trail of sand. And this is kind of like, it almost remind me somewhat like of a tunnel, but it's not underground. But well, you can say it's somewhat underground because it's covered through this. But I've seen this before. But ants, what I noticed is that you can see this trail of sand that the ants made from every anthill, each anthill. There were so many anthills, guys. I can't name them. Maybe there were maybe above 20, at least above 20 anthills, I remember. And God gave me that vision that these are people that God entrusted, and He will take care. And these people are that God entrusts with this money. They are now under their responsibility to take care of the world. Well, God does that, to be honest, but the terrenal business, and not only that, but primarily to push the kingdom forward, to expand the kingdom, God's kingdom. So as I was seeing all these little trails, all of them, you see all these trails coming out from the anthill, from the ditch to the, because all these ants were, I guess, because by the time it was kind of sort of raining around that time when I was jogging. It was what I'm trying to say is that the ditch was full of water, so all these ants had to go somewhere or escape. So look, it just, God is giving me a vision right now. So it makes me think that all these people that went through the struggle of the that were on the other end of the wealth transfer, they had no choice but to run to these people that were part of the wealth transfer so they can get some type of resource or help. So now this is a lot more serious than I thought. So other than that, like I said, it's like we're going to start from zero, literally from zero, guys. And this is not funny. This is not something we should be happy. We should be praying, actually. We should be praying about all what's about to come and not to worry about all these things, because in God we trust, like the word of God says. God is like a fortified tower. The righteous run to it. The name of the Lord is like a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. So now, after I passed, as I was going through this trail, as I passed the last anthill, I've noticed that there were still trails, like horizontally. I was walking over them. These trails of ants. The trails of sand. Going across from one point of the jogging trail to the other one, from one point from the grass to the other point of the grass. So, but the thing is that there was no anthill on the other side. So I was thinking maybe these ants. I was thinking, wow, these ants, they're still going to the grass, and I was thinking maybe they're escaping from there. But then God gave me a vision. Another vision, and he let me know that there's going to be people that they're not going to be as wealthy as the people that have the anthill. You know what I mean? That they have the eggs, they have the queen. You have a queen in each anthill, or probably queens. But the thing is that there's no royalty, when there's no anthill, right? Probably not. Probably not. But the thing is that these ants, the sand, the sand tunnel, like I call them, like the sand trail that these ants did, it was going to the grass, and there was no anthill. And I'm talking about, I saw like a lot of them, like 20 of them, probably, like these trails just going from one side of the trail, from the jogging trail to the other, horizontally. But there was no anthills on the other side, so they were just going to the grass. So God was letting me know that there was going to be people also involved in the wealth transfer that didn't make as much as the people involved, as the people compared to the anthills, but they are still helpers during those tough times. So God is still providing help, even though they didn't make a lot of money or like a fortune. They are still being used by God, even though they're not seen in the how can I say this, in the public sphere, in the political sphere, in the as a president, as a king, as a kingdom. Probably this could also mean just taking care of a neighborhood or something like that. Like I said, a section of a city, or just a town, a small town as well. This doesn't. So God let me know that when these ants were going to into the grass, there was provision there. There was provision. It was not as the anthill, like the capacity and the provision and the potential as the anthill, but there was still provision in the grass. And then in the grass, like I said, there was somebody, or there's, because ants can also dig underground. They don't have to be. Anthills are not. It's not. Their kingdom is not only in the little mountain. No, their kingdom goes all the way underground. So I was thinking their kingdom could be underneath the ground as well. We might not see it from above. That they might have so many tunnels. these fire ants, they're hard workers. They're amazing. You know, they one cannot know what these ants, the business of these ants. Every business or every little trail of these where these workers go and do and go and about. There's so many of them. So God was letting me know that those little trails that were going from one end to the other, and there on the other side there was no anthill. There was still provision for them, and they were getting provision from somebody or some people that were not that great. They were not that ostentatious or so, you know, kind of like very wealthy, as you could say, but there were still people with small amounts of money, apart from the wealth transfer, compared to other people that were still taking care of many other people in those tough times. Remember that on the left side you have the ditch where the water rises when it rained, because when I was walking, that, if I'm right, there was half of that was already filled with water. So all these ants, what they're trying to do is to get to higher ground. So you tell me, you guys. I mean, God is letting me know right now that there's going to be tough times, and a lot of these people are going to need to be are going to be trying to rely on the righteous. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. I just want to let you guys know, God bless you all, guys, and keep yourself in prayer, especially if you're going to be part of the wealth transfer, like you're trying to invest every week or once a month or whenever. But always keep the faith. All right, guys. This also comes to people that are not, don't know anything about the wealth transfer, but when it comes to investing, you always hope the best. So keep that faith, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Siempre has sido fiel, tú eres mi rey.
Lord, you're always been there for me. God, you're all day on call to save me.
Lord, you're always been there for me. God, you're all day on call to save me.
I keep asking for so much more, understanding my heart is so sore. I didn't mean for you to go, oh no. I'm not better off alone. Please come back to your home. Please, I want you to know, oh no. I learned all my lessons, I lived through the worst. I keep going back and forth with all these words. Please understand what I'm saying is real. One day I'll be back on my feet and feel that it can get better, that life is for me. I was stuck in here living this fantasy. I was stuck in here living a fantasy.
Tu amor me rescató, tu amor me libertó. Creo en ti, Señor. Siempre has sido fiel, tú eres mi rey. Tu amor me rescató, tu amor me libertó. Creo en ti, Señor. Siempre has sido fiel, tú eres mi rey.
From Germany. Evolution. Beats.